Hello guys, you're welcome back to this channel. In this video I will be showing you how to enter a trade and how to close a trade and things like stop loss, take profit right on future trading, either future or you're calling it perpetual. Okay, remember there is a level of risk associated with trading, so you all need to understand that. So this particular video is just targeted towards showing you how to trade, especially for those asking we don't really have any idea on even how to place trades following signals. So like for some persons have been asking, you've been dropping signals, how do I enter the trade? I've been seeing signals posted by reliable people as well and they are making profit. Now this particular video isn't really for any detailed explanation of how this system works or on which particular coin or pair you should trade. All right, so I'm only doing this in order to answer many people who have been asking. I've been seeing your post on some signals on certain coins or pairs, and I've also been in some professional groups where they don't really show us how to enter the trade, but at least I see them make money and I want to follow their signals and trade. So this video is going to be much helpful to you. Now I'm going to show you this using Gate.io, Bybit and Bitget exchange, which also applies to every other exchanges as well. They are all the same. The only difference may likely be either their mode of deposits or the terms used. They are literally all the same on all these centralized exchanges. Now before we proceed further, some people have actually been saying things like, what exchange do you suggest I use, since many centralized exchanges usually manipulate their trades? That is, some of them you can even enter their trade when you set it to stop loss. There can be some unnecessary manipulation and suddenly they will take you out of the way. So some have been asking, which exchange do you really make use of, or which exchange will you suggest that I use? For me personally, I make use of Gate exchange, right? So that's what I use the most. I only decided to fund with little right on Bitget exchange just to check something and to compare. All right, but you can make use of anyone. The exchange that I notice have more issues based on this manipulative kind of is actually MEX exchange. Several complaints have been coming from MEX perpetual or future traders in regards to the terrific manipulations taking place right on that exchange. So for me, I make use of Gate exchange. You can start to use any one of your choice and try that. Probably fund with little capital on different exchanges and check which one is actually better. Then you decide to increase your funds on the exchange where you know is actually more favorable or less manipulative, because literally all the exchanges manipulate. That's exactly how it is, because they make money from your losses, right? So I'm going to show you that shortly, but remember, as watching, to like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Now right in your Bitget exchange, you want to ensure that you have USDT. How do you get USDT on your Bitget exchange? Simply click on the deposit. Either you are buying through the P2P right here or you buy from people. Okay, so if you're buying from people, you can just click on the asset. You're clicking on add funds at the top. Some other exchanges have their own as deposit. Okay, so you're choosing deposit crypto and then you're going to be searching for USDT. But since we have USDT at the top, I'm just going to go ahead and click right on it. You're going to be choosing which of the chain you want to use in making deposit. So wherever you're buying the USDT from, either 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or $100 and the rest, or if you're also sending from another exchange, you're going to be asked to provide your USDT address under a particular chain. So in this case, you can decide to use the BIP20. If you want, you can decide to use a Thorn network or the Solana, depending on where you're buying from. But then ensure you ask for which particular chain or network you're going to be providing the address on. Right, so assuming the person selling to me said I should send my address, that's my USDT address, on BIP20 or Binance Smart Chain or BSC, these terms are all the same. So I'm going to be clicking right at that, and then I'm going to get my address and send it to the person. If the person said I should provide it on the Aptos network, you can see that right here. Just click right on it, get that network, and send to the person. The person will send the USDT to you. This also applies to every other centralized exchanges. So after receiving the USDT, you can simply check right under the spot, or you go ahead and check under the funding, click right there and drag to the left. Okay, now the funding is also the same thing with this OTC that you have right here. That's why I said most of these exchanges, the only slight difference you have are just the use of words. Okay, so after receiving the USDT on your bigger exchange, for instance, or on every other centralized exchange, you would see the USDT either appearing on your spot or funding. Right, now in this case here, either on OTC or on spot, and the next thing you will do is to transfer it into this future account. So I'm going to be clicking on this transfer. If the USDT you have is on spot, you leave this spot like this. But if it is not in spot, you're going to have to click right there to switch. Assuming the USDT is in my OTC, which is funding, I'm going to click at this to switch. So you can see OTC or funding, and you're going to be clicking right down here because that's where you're moving the USDT to. And I'm going to be changing that to USDT M futures. And the next thing you're going to be doing is to click on all, and then you click on confirm, and automatically your USDT will be transferred right into your future trading account. The next thing you're going to be doing is you can return back and confirm if you have the USDT right there. Okay, now I've returned back, and on your bigger exchange, look down right here, you can see futures. You can click right on it. Immediately I clicked on the futures, even without changing the pair or checking the pair that I want to trade or the coin that I want to trade. Look right here under the available, I have 20 USDT. So which means I've successfully transferred the USDT right into where I will be making use of it. The same thing for Bybit and Gate.io. Now when you're Bybit, you're clicking on the asset, right? And the same thing, transfer. But for the Bybit, you're transferring that right into the unified trading account, right? After receiving the USDT could either appear right on the funding account. So if it is on funding, you can leave it like this. And this simply means you're transferring from funding right into unified trading account, which we saw on bigger exchange as M futures. All right. Then the next thing you're going to do is click on maximum, and then you're going to click on confirm. Now you can see I have 0.24 right there. Now after clicking right there, how do you know if this token is actually right there? You can just click on market or trade. Okay, so let me click on market. Now at this market, look at where you have derivatives. Now you can see why I said the only difference are just little change of terms. Bigger has their own as futures, and right here they have their own as derivatives. So you can, if you're seeing something like this, you can just decide to add all these ones to your favorite, and right here I can decide to click any of them that has USDT. Okay, remember what I deposited was actually USDT, so I'm clicking on that BTC USDT. I just want to check if actually the deposit that I've made is actually really reflecting, because you want to make sure all these things are entered before you proceed further. Then you can decide to click on either long or short just to check. I'm clicking on long, Right here, did you notice the available is actually 0.2426 USDT? And what that simply means is that my USDT is right at the correct place. The next thing now is, what exactly do I want to trade? I'm going to return back to Bitget Exchange right now. I'm still at this same future section, and the next thing I'm looking for is what exactly is a token that I want to trade. So I'm clicking right at that. Now at the top right here, I am searching for CRV. That's a token I want to trade right now. Now I'm going to be choosing this particular one right here, CRV USDT, and you can see that is under the perpetual. Okay, so just click right on it. And what I want to do is to open long for this, but don't jump into opening the position without actually following this process step by step. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to be clicking right at that 10x. That's a leverage, which is also like the lot size if you're trading the forex market. So I'm clicking on that and I'm changing this to 5x. You can either change it by typing, or you just click at the minus and change it to 5. But if your capital is much, you can decide to make use of 10 and 20. But this one right here is a proper risk management. All right, now I'm going to be clicking right at this confirm down here. I'm going to be changing this to market because I want to buy right now, and then I'm going to click and drag this to 100%. And having done that, I'm going to be clicking on open long. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on confirm. All right, successful. So go down right here and you will see your profit down here. As you can see right there. If you want to go ahead and set your take profit or stop loss, you click right here to set that. And if you want to go ahead and close the trade, you click right there to close the trade. Okay, so you can start to click right here, click on OK. Now this is your take profit. Now when you set this to 50%, what it simply means is that once you've gotten up to 50% profit, it will automatically trigger a close. All right, so that will automatically shut down or close your trade. Now if you're setting stop loss as well, if you've lost 50%, you can also drag this depending. Okay, just drag this to any target, or you type in whatever you want to type here as your own stop loss, and also confirm that below to set it. But for me, I'm not going to be setting any stop loss for this. This particular one is just an example, just to show you how it is being done. And based on the fundamental analysis that I received, this may likely still drop down probably at the night and then continue the rally tomorrow. But for those who can take the risk, they can actually leave this trade, run it till even next 2-3 days, right? But most of all these details on how exactly do I spot the actual coin, when exactly should I make my entry, and when exactly should I exit the market, all this information will be shared much later, probably when the general video guide for the tutorial or the series is available. So that's it all, guys, for now. The same process for Bybit. For using Bybit, the same thing. You can just search for the token right here as well. Click right there, search for CRV or whatever you're trading. Now you can see this CRV USDC, but what I deposited was USDT, CRV USDT, and they're all on that perpetual. So I'm clicking right on it and just change this right here to 5 times. That's 5x leverage, and can drag this to 100%. That is, you're engaging 100% of your capital, and then you're gonna either click on the long or short depending on what you want to do. And that's exactly how it is the same way it is right here on Bigger. That's exactly the same way it is on all these centralized exchanges. The only difference you have are just the use of certain words or terms. Right now you can see we are actually in profit. This was actually based on a particular fundamental analysis, which you're going to be understanding much more in detail when the video tutorial is available. And that's it all, guys. Kindly make sure you like and share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.